Hello nieces and nephews, this is Travels by Auntie Jenny. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're in the beautiful city of San Francisco, fixing to ride the iconic cable cars for the very first time.
Hi the Bebs! You ready to ride the cable car? You ready to ride the cable car? We are on our way to ride the world famous San Francisco cable car. First time ever.
Yep.
And we've lived here most of our lives. Jenny, you've lived here all your life.
Yep.
Your entire life here.
It's my first time doing it too.
Maria's first time at 18 years old.
Zook Man's first time.
At 1 year old. At 1 year old.
Yay.
15. You're only one, my babies. You're only one, my babies.
After doing a little homework, the one thing that was always mentioned was you would want to catch a ride where the cable car turntables are located. So, we're catching a ride at the Powell and Market location. The cable car turntable is quite fascinating to see. It's literally where the cable car comes to an end and workers would have to manually turn it around so that it can go the opposite way. Yes, there are stops along the route where you can hop on and hop off, but it is kind of nice to see and actually catch a ride at the originating points, like where we are today. And can you believe that San Francisco Cable Cars has been operating the same exact way since 1873? We finally made it on, and all of us were afraid to stand and hold on to the rails. So basically, we just sat our butts down. Imagine walking up this hill. Thank goodness for cable cars. Between the years 1873 to 1890, there were about 23 cable car lines open. Present day, only 3 are operating. The first 2 lines, which is Powell and Hyde, and then Powell and Mason, are both from Union Square that leads to Fisherman's Wharf. And then the third route only goes along the California Street. Cable cars are often called trolleys, and as a matter of fact, we were just calling it trolleys until we looked on the side of the cable cars. The difference is trolleys are streetcars that uses a trolley pole to get power by an overhead wire. Cable cars uses no overhead wire and have no trolley poles. Cable car runs on a street rail with a slot between the tracks where an underground cable runs continuously. San Francisco does indeed have trolleys that are still operating in the city. You can catch one of these on the F line and Wharf's route, which runs from Castro along Market all the way down to Embarcadero, then turns north following the waterfront to Fisherman's Wharf. Can you guess how fast this cable car is going? It seems pretty fast, especially when we're cutting corners. San Francisco Cable Cars tops out at a high speed of 9.5 miles per hour. Here's a fun fact. In 1964, San Francisco Cable Cars were named the first moving National Historic Landmark. And I think that's pretty cool. a cable car stop where you can hop on and off instead of actually riding all the way from one originating point to the other.
Last stop, Fisherman's Wharf is straight ahead. Just walk towards the water.
We finally made it to Fisherman's Wharf. Oh, Zuko, we almost got kicked off because of you. The prices to ride the San Francisco cable cars were actually pretty reasonable. A regular adult price for a single one-way trip totals out to $8. So technically, you would have to get a round trip, which is $16.
So your
But
shirt turns
if you
around
get a
too.
day pass, it's only $13 per person. They also offer discounts for seniors, youth, and even people with disabilities. So check the website for more details about those prices.
Use the restroom
instead of going into Starbucks.
And instead of lining up here, to save time, you can also download their app to purchase
You
tickets.
should go to Fisherman's Wharf.
Travel's waiting to Jenny.
The walk was really not that far. It was probably maybe 2 to 3 blocks away. You'll start noticing that you're getting closer because the music starts getting louder.
We're here at the Fisherman's Wharf.
And Zuko's down here.
So we're here at the Fisherman's Wharf in San Francisco. We took the cable cars down here, and now we're trying to find a place to eat.
Once I found out everything is not for me, and if the wind is right, you can celebrate. I'm leaving me. Come on, y'all sing with me. Sailing round takes me away from a stream in the wind to carry me. And soon I will be free. Yeah, well.
The song was beautiful, but the guy that was filling the music was cracking me up.
Are you scared, Zukan?
That's all the birds.
All the endless can do miracles. Just you wait and see. I believe.
You know, I've never been. It's the USS Pampanito, World War II fleet.
All these times I've been to San Francisco, I've never knew that this was back here. And towards the back there is Alcatraz Island. Check out my video of me touring Alcatraz when I visited a few months ago. I will leave a link in the description below.
Look at this.
We finally settled for Boudin Bakery. Not only is San Francisco known as rice-a-roni, the San Francisco treat, but for many locals, the real treat is Boudin's Bakery sourdough bread, and it's been around since 1849.
We're at Boudin's.
Check out all the cool shapes that they mold their breads to. My favorite is the teddy bear.
That is so cute.
But my favorite thing to get here is clam chowder in a bread bowl.
Can you tell us what we got in the village?
We are at Boudin. We got the famous clam chowder in the bread bowl. And then you have more clam chowder and tuna sandwich. And then your drinks, of course.
Of course. Have to be a little extra. We've got sparkling water, flavored water.
It is said that Isidore Boudin was given some of the mother dough from a miner on his way to the mountains during the 1849 gold rush.
And their clam chowder is so good.
And actually at this location at the Fisherman's Wharf, there is a museum tour, but it was closed when we were there. It's time to head on back to Powell Market. Check out the socks Labella bought.
For the love of Doxies.
And Zuko. For the love of Zuko.
And Duke.
Yes. And Snoop.
His toy. So what was your experience so far?
On the cable car?
Yes.
I liked it. I like how it's out in the open. We can see everything going up and down the hill. We can see the atmosphere, the environment. I like it. I wish all cities had this.
Yes.
Go SF.
Look at this car, girl.
There are always two employees running each cable car. One is a grip man or woman who operates and drives the cable car, and the other handles the payments and assists people on board. All cable cars have two bells, a big one to warn people to get out of the way, and then a smaller one that allows the driver to signal the operating grip.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So what do you think of the
Yes.
cable cars? For me, I actually like riding on one, especially on a nice day like this. It's fun to sightsee this way.
Put your arms out. Put your arms out. Yay!
What's your experience on the cable car ride?
It was actually really fun. First time experience. Right now the temperatures are what, like mid to high 50s.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of chilly. So make sure you bring your jacket. But other than that, it's pretty cool.
Cool.
Pretty cool. And Zuko enjoyed himself too. At first he was scared because it was loud, but the trip back he was comfortable.
Thank you for watching. I hope my video was helpful enough for you to get an inside look on what to expect when riding on a San Francisco cable car and also having a nice little meal at Boudin Bakery. And if you really enjoyed this video, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel. You can also check out my Instagram and Facebook page. And as always, thank you for watching. This is Travels by Auntie Jenny. Have a great day.
Wait, what's happening?